Nice job in this film. I really embraced this film, and I have a room full of questions that we won't get to half of them, but when you look at the film, what jumps out and pleases you the most?
One of, I think, Shaker's strengths as a director is that he's able to create a really strong atmosphere. And I think particularly like the first half hour of the film, there's an enormous sense of dread and foreboding. And you're asking the wrong person. It's impossible, I think, for an actor to analyse their own performance. But I think I'm seeing other actors, and hopefully myself, I can't judge, do things that I have never seen them do before, which is always really exciting, so that, and really pleasing.
You get a lot of levels of a lot of different characters in this film, and most films are lucky to do one or two, because everybody's pretty complicated and pretty multiple in this film. I would ask you about the heart of Elizabeth. What is her heart like?
Very tremulous, I think, and very unknown. I think that she grew up in an environment where there was absolutely no trust, and that there was a threat of death around every corner. I think she's got a very, very strong survival instinct, because her mother was killed when she was 3, and basically everyone she was close to by the time she was sort of 13. So I don't think she ever expected to live very long, so she had to make every moment count. But she's ferociously intelligent and quite neurotically brilliant. I think you can tell that from her letters, and I mean, in fact, from what she achieved in the 40-odd years of her reign.
Was there a point or an incident that happened to her that made her grab the reins tight and hold on and make it all happen, where she did kind of grow up, or had to grow up fast? Was there a turning point at all for her?
The film actually truncates a lot of the events that happened in her life, and at the beginning there's a series in which she's a series of cuts and things in which she's interrogated. That actually happened to her when she was about 17. Someone who was close to her was implicated in, and she was implicated in a rebellion against Mary. And I think that probably made her realise that, in fact, she had to be incredibly diplomatic and pragmatic in the way she handled every single question and every single public appearance. Because she spent a lifetime in the public eye, I think she had a very strong sense of performance and a very strong sense of being everything to everybody at all times, which is always interesting to play as an actor, because you're always playing a public role and then a private role. So you're never sort of, it's not a static personality.
And hard, I would think, really difficult not to embrace the church, because she didn't. I mean, or embrace the Catholic Church, because she has to stand up to everybody to do that.
She was very, very politically astute, I think, in the way she handled religion, in that she came to the helm in basically a Catholic country, even though her father, Henry VIII, had used the church in a very personal way to sort of justify the murder of his wives. She realised that if you either were staunchly Protestant, which meant being nationalist, or staunchly Catholic, you'd alienate half of the country. So she really sat on the fence spiritually, which I think probably enabled Britain, or England as it was, to stabilise itself religiously.
And drive a lot of people crazy by doing that.
Yeah.
Very much so.
She prevaricated. She hated making decisions, I think.
I want to ask you a little more introspective question about acting, about how you feel about what you do. But if you didn't make a dime doing this, and
I wouldn't be able to pay my electricity bills.
There you go. Me either. If you took away income or publicity or notoriety, and just gets down to the moment of doing it, what do you really love about acting?
That's my inner child speaking.
I thought it was regal.
Thank you.
There you go.
It's telling me something. I'm just trying to channel it now.
There you go.
For me, I love physicalizing research. Like, I was at university and my essays were appalling. I could never construct an argument to save my life. But for me, and this is what I love about theatre, is that you have got a sort of hopefully a 5-week period in which to, wrestle ideas and things out, but you don't get that time in film. So I guess I love working with really good actors and really good directors who ask really interesting questions. I like it when people ask something of me.
Do you find acting as fulfilling now as when you started?
Yes, I mean, I have been fortunate enough to be in my, if I can call it a career, it's been so short, but to be involved in sort of quite different projects, so both in theatre and film, and things that I sort of, whether they succeed or fail, at the time I really believed in them. which is great because it means you can give your all to it, and then you want people to go and see it and enjoy it, and you always hope they do, but if they don't, then you just have to live with it and move on.